What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Will back with another video, and today we're gonna be getting into another interesting video topic. As I sit back and relax because there's no pressure. I pre-recorded a video. Well, first thing first, let me address a couple of things on here. I was locked out of my channel for 3 months, maybe even 4 months. I don't even know how long it's been. I had recently moved. In the middle of moving, I got some equipment stolen from me, and then I wasn't able to get into my channel, broke my phone, got a new phone, and now because I switched my phones over, like the two-step authentication completely locked me out of my other channel. So I wasn't able to get into my other channel until I connected to my TV and figured it out through my TV to connect it to my phone. I know it sounded a little complicated, but I'm just now being able to get back into it. Google support didn't, reach out to me. So very frustrating. I missed like the bulk end of the depression part of the season. But now we can kind of get to the resolution of things and figure out what really went wrong with this Cleveland Browns team and figure out, where they go from here. Now, a couple things that have happened. The New York Giants and Malik Neighbors loves Cleveland, because they went out and they won and beat, who did they play? They played the Colts. Joe Flacco loves Cleveland. Now the Cleveland Browns have a chance at the #1 pick in the draft, essentially with the Bills sitting their starters against the Patriots, who can't beat the Bills backups, and the Texans sitting their starters against the Titans, who can beat the Texans backups. Now the Browns have a great chance at the #1 pick in the draft. So we're going to see how this turns out. The Giants just pretty much gave their opportunity away. Why? Lord knows. They talking about, Drew Lock said, F that first pick. Well, of course you would say that, buddy. Of course. Thank you, though. I'm not a Giants fan. I would be very freaking mad. That's the nicest way I can say that. I would be very upset if my team went out there and did some stupid shit like that. Man, that was, come on, idiotic. Was that not idiotic? Why are you trying to win football games? The Giants can't even tank properly, y'all. They can't even tank properly. Every week we don't know who's gonna go. Now, of course, a big thing to talk about is like, do you take a quarterback in that first pick? And a lot of people were saying, it's not a lot of first-round talents and this, that, and the third. We said Bo Nix wasn't a first-round talent. We said J.D. McDaniels may not be a first-round talent. Do we want to keep saying that? Like, I think we should just go get a guy. I would take Cam Ward if he's there, man. I don't care about the nonchalant stuff. I'm taking Cam Ward if he's there. And if you can't take Cam Ward, you take Travis Hunter or a top defensive end or shedur Sanders or Genty. I'm happy with any of those picks. I don't really want a defensive player. We have the worst freaking offense known to mankind. Bringing in another defensive player, I'm not with that. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. We literally we need some type of offensive spark. Period, point blank. We can't justify not getting a damn quarterback because we have a bad offensive line. It don't work like that. The Bengals went and got Joe Burrow and brought him into a bad offensive line. They figured it out. They made a Super Bowl run. So I don't want to hear those dang on excuses. If Kevin Stefanski is the guy, he needs to pick between one of these quarterbacks, or he needs to go and get another offensive weapon like a Travis Hunter or a Genty. That's what I would say. That's where I would go with it. We have one of the worst offenses in the league. The defense is not the dang on problem. Yes, we could get better on defense with simply JOK getting healthier if he's able to return back to form, drafting a couple linebackers, and going from there. I'm not with this whole we need a defensive end. But if they take one, okay, I'll sign up for it. I don't think that's buying Myles Garrett. I don't think that buys Myles Garrett though. I would rather us get a Cam Ward, bring in a Kirk Cousins, let Deshaun and Kirk battle it out, and make Cam the backup. Whoever don't win, make them the QB3. and just go from there. Essentially, one of them might get hurt. They might both get hurt. Bring Cam Ward in. Cam Ward saved the day. He needs to sit behind a team and watch anyway. He needs to sit behind and learn from mistakes. Anyway, let Cam Ward sit here and develop. Let shedur Sanders sit here and develop. Bring in another guy. Go get an offensive tackle in the second round. Go get a receiver in the fourth, fifth round. Go get an offensive lineman in the third round. Go get those guys then. Develop those guys. Bring in the right coaching around those guys. You know, we still got DeJuan Jones. We got pieces. You know, we still have, Jack Conklin. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to come back. Jed Wills is Jed Wills. You know, we got some pieces to work with on the offensive line. We could bring in one tackle, maybe one or two tackles. We'll be fine. We'll be able to keep this offensive line A-okay. We looked okay with Jameis Winston out there, you know. I'm not seeing the whole cause of we need to go get a defensive player right now. I think it's way more bigger needs. And now with us moving up, I could see last week when I was talking about it, and you guys are hearing me talking about the draft and the other videos I'm going to drop today. But, you know, I was saying it really depends on where the pick is. Now that we know we're going to be a top 3 draft pick, once we go from there, it opens the door up. It's not the same as drafting an offensive lineman because you can't get an offensive lineman with the third pick in the draft. When you got Sean Genty, shedur Sanders, Cam Ward, and Travis Hunter staring you in your face. So they got to pick a guy here, man. They got to pick a guy. I don't think, now I know people might say I'm wrong by saying I want to go defensive player, but, you know, the offense stinks. But you guys comment down below what y'all think. Where do you guys think this is going to end up being at? I think it's going to be real interesting to see what this Cleveland Browns team going to do. You got a guy like Kevin Stefanski who's an offensive-minded coach. I would assume they would go out there and get an offensive player. We're going to hear different analysts and different people come out. I've heard people coming and saying they wanted the Browns to get a DE. People saying, like, you know, Cam Ward and shedur Sanders isn't in the NFL-level talents or first-round quality picks. I think all that goes out the window. You take your guy and you go from there. I don't see what's wrong with Cam Ward, honestly. If you want to say there's some problems with shedur Sanders, okay. But these guys are who they are for a reason. You know, we could say the same thing about, like, I keep going back to Bo Nix. We could go to Sam Darnold. It's about the situation. If we cannot trust Kevin Stefanski to bring in a rookie quarterback and lead him in the right direction and develop him to be a franchise-level QB, then we need to bring in a different head coach. It's that simple. Do we all understand that? If Cam Ward or shedur Sanders is on the board, you take them. They're both are going to go to the top 5. Now, I could be wrong. Now, like I said, man, I wouldn't mind Genty. I wouldn't mind Travis Hunter. It's going to all depend on how the board fall. I don't want to trade back, but if you trade back, then maybe look at an offensive lineman. Maybe you trade back and get a first. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. Trade back, get a first. Pick up an offensive lineman maybe on the 9th pick of the draft, and then you come up in the 2nd round, you get a QB. Maybe you do that, or you come up in the 2nd round, you get a running back. You know, go offensive lineman, running back. Then what? Who's going, you know, are we going to be relying off of Kirk Cousins? Why are you guys selling me that damn pipe dream? Are we going to be relying off of Justin Fields? Are we going to be relying off of Aaron Rodgers? Are we going to be relying off of Deshaun Watson? Are we going to be relying off of Sam Darnold? We need a quarterback. Do you guys get my point now? So I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to continue to play with guys' futures. We done seen rookie quarterbacks come in here and lead their teams to the playoffs. These guys just want to win games, man. We won 3 damn games. They just want to win games, y'all. Like, a Super Bowl is out of the question right now. We gotta let that shit down. Let it go. We're not nowhere near close to winning the Super Bowl. Let's keep our players at least somewhat happy to be here, and let's at least be a competitive team and win games. And let's at least sell some tickets. Like what we're heading towards, starting DTR out there and shit. Like, this is not okay, bro. Like, DTR, we're selling tickets for $7, y'all. $7. And y'all want me to buy Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Watson. That's all I'm saying, man. Now, like I said, I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. We could come back in a year from now and say, hey, he didn't know what he was talking about, blase, skippity, skip. But if you don't think Kevin Stefanski can take Cam Ward and turn him into a franchise-level QB, he doesn't need to be here. Have a nice day, everybody. Enjoy.